This is Princey Seats channel. Your preferred channel for legit information and contents needed. If you are new to the channel, kindly subscribe and press the notification button for further updates. It's all good as disbursement process is working as expected. Pay attention to this.
Good morning, fellow Nigerians and fellow subscribers of many grants in Nigeria and expectant subscribers of UAAG GRANT. I'm your friend and brother Akim Shola Josiah, aka Mr. Shalom, coming your way this morning, the 9th day of February, year 2024. Today, I'll be talking on 2 points agenda. One, I'll be responding to one Honorable Paul who made the VN yesterday in Igbo language. And two, I'll be telling you what you can do personally, to yourself to get this money quickly. All right. Point number one. Yesterday, I listened to a VN released by one Honorable Paul who spoke in Igbo language. And he said he wanted to address Apostle Ken in a language that he will understand. And in that VN, he said many audible things to Apostle Ken, and he painted the Igbo race black, or he said Apostle Ken was painting, or one of those that were painting the Igbo race black. Yes, he said that. He said that. I don't want to go into details of what he said, but that is the summary of what he said. And before then, about 24 hours before then, I got an intel that some people were issuing threats to Apostle Ken, threatening the life of his daughter. Yes, I got intel that some people were issuing threats to Apostle Ken's daughter, that they will do something to his daughter so that he could feel the pain of losing somebody close to him. I was still working on that intel before Honorable Paul released his own VN. And because yesterday we were busy with so many things on the ground, I couldn't come up with the VN. So I said, okay, I have to do so this morning. My fellow Nigerians and my brothers in the Igbo race, there is an adage in Yoruba language that says, Okun ki horuru kawaruru. Okun ki horuru kawaruru. That means when the sea is boiling, you don't paddle your canoe over it roughly. When the sea is boiling, or when the waters are boiling, you don't paddle your canoe over it roughly. It is a suicide mission if you do so, because the waters are boiling already. It's either you wait for it to settle before you carry your canoe over it, and if you must cross the water at that time, you have to be very, very careful, extremely careful. Otherwise, your boat will capsize. That is what that adage says. So, Honorable Paul, what you said was not too good at the point you said it. Yes, I can understand some of your points. You said Apostle Ken was painting, it's among the Igbos that are painting the Igbo black. He said the Igbos are greedy, this and that, so he's trying to be greedy. Let me tell you one thing. The Apostle Ken that I know, I've worked with him for some time now. The Apostle Ken that I know, if he has access to that money today, he will disburse it within 24 hours. But as we speak, he doesn't have full access to the money yet. Yes, you must have told some people the money is there. Yes, there is difference between seeing the money and having access to the money. Let me give you an example. It's like you put corn inside a transparent bottle. You now put it before the fowl. The fowl is seeing the corn, but has no access to the corn. Is the fowl in front of the corn? Yes. But access what is denied yet. That's the truth. That's the truth. All right. So it doesn't have access to the money yet. And what needs to be done for him to have access to the money is what is still being held, right, for one reason or the other among the all grant pressure group. The power over this money is between Apostle Ken and the all grant pressure group. And if you ask them, they'll tell you their own side of the stories. And that's why these people need to reconcile fully so they can gain access to the money. We listened to Ustaz Dawood, who said Apostle Ken is a signatory to the money and also the leadership of all grant pressure group. Until they reconcile and come to a good compromise for the sake of the masses, neither of them can have access to that money. They just be looking at it like corn inside the bottle. Then who do you want to crucify? Honorable Paul, who do you want to crucify? All the things I learned as you said in that VN were not audible at all. And those of you that were issuing threats to Apostle Ken, to Apostle Ken's daughter's life, no, I pity you. I pity you. All right? Because if Apostle Ken should take this matter up legally, you'll be fished out. And we all know that threat to life is not a simple matter. Threat to life is not a simple matter. Because the records are there that you threaten the life of his daughter. That by the time he loses his daughter, then he will know how it feels to lose somebody close to him. Because you think it's holding the money. It's not holding any money. They are seeing the money, yes, but they don't have access to it yet. So who do you want to crucify? So all of you that are issuing that threat, I will advise you secretly apologize to Apostle Ken. Otherwise, you may be advised by lawyers to take up the matter legally. I advise, secretly apologize to him. He will forgive you. And for you, Honorable Paul, even though you spoke in Igbo language, we heard what you said. But please, next time, control yourself. And you see, sometimes you don't have all the details at times before you talk. All right? We human beings, we like to talk based on, before you talk, make your findings. That's why I don't talk in a hurry. I've had this thing for the past 48 hours, but I was taking my time to dig out some facts and also to make sure that when I come up, I don't say nonsense. So, Honorable Paul, please take notes next time. The Igbos are not the worst race in Nigeria. I'm a Yoruba man, a Yoruba man from Ogun State, born and bred in Lagos. I've told us before. I'm a core Yoruba man. But I can tell you that the Igbos are not the worst race in Nigeria. Let me give you an example. Before, when we were talking of kidnapping, and it was known in the East among the Igbos, there was even one notorious kingpin of kidnapping that was arrested one time. It was an Igbo man. That was before. But now, who are the leaders or the masters of kidnapping? Are they still Igbos? You and I know the answer. The leaders in kidnapping business are no longer Igbos. So which means the Igbos are not the worst race in Nigeria. Every race has their own good points and their own weak points. Every race have it. When I come to a race, I try to look for their good points, their strong points. While I don't close my eyes to their weak points anyway, so that I can understand them better. But I try to look for their strong points, their good points, so that I can relate with them better. So the Igbos are not the worst race in Nigeria. Let us take note. And don't let us be angry too much with Apostle Ken. If he has the money, he will disburse it within 24 hours. That is the longest time it will take him. I know him for sure. So whatever you might have heard about him, this and that, please put it aside. I told us one thing. When you bend down to look at somebody's nyash, you have also exposed your own nyash to somebody else. Because all of us have nyash. All of us do shit. No one is exempted. God will help us. I don't want to talk much about that. Now, I said something one time long ago during the time of Tepecom. I said part of the things that is holding the success of grant in Nigeria has to do with spirituality. Those of you that can listen and that can remember that time, I released a voice note that time. I said part of the problem we have in Nigeria is that there are some powers, some special powers that are holding Nigeria to ransom with poverty. And unless we break those powers, there is something I recommended then for us, which I will now again recommend again in a special way or in another way. What is it? Salt water solution. If you are hearing this message, I want this money to come up as quickly as possible. Prepare a salt water solution and bath with it. That's all. How? Get a bucket of water, get a handful of salt, pour it inside the bucket, stir it very well. Then pray into that water in the name of whatever God you believe in. Pray into that water and say, God, whatever is hindering this disbursement of UAG in my life, let it be washed away. That's all. Then you bath with the water, no soap. You can do it anytime today. Just do that. And this is no matter of Christianity or Muslim or paganism. You are water and salt. There is water in your body. You are 75% water. Science told us. The whole earth is what? 75% water. You as a man or woman, you are 75% water. And two, there is salt in your body. If you doubt it, when you sweat, taste the salt. Taste the sweat. You see that it is salty. There are some little secrets that God has revealed that very few know. There is something in your life, there's something in my life that is affecting the quick release of this money. Many people don't know. And you're pointing hand, hey, it's Apothecary, it's our grand pressure group, it's this. So unless these things are resolved in your life, in my life, the leadership of this money will keep on having problem. But by God's grace, we have said some prayers. By God's grace, the issue will be resolved soonest. But this is what you can do as a Nigerian that wants this money. Prepare the salt water solution that I just recommended again today. Do it today, or highest tomorrow. All right? And we will see God perfecting this. Because there are some things in your life, there are some things in my life that is causing these spiritual blockages. If you do this, by God's grace, we shall all laugh. Until I come your way again, I remain your friend and brother, Akim Shola Josiah, aka Mr. Shalom. God bless us.